Right, I've taken a lot of flack, which is what I expected for, attacking the most holy, and I'm going to be calling them out, all of them, on their bullshit, because it's got really powerfully lately. But this is critical to showing you what I'm going to be showing you in this video, and then there's going to be a huge compilation on this stuff, because you need to see, because it's not plain, it's not in plain sight. Well, it is in plain sight, but it's, obviously people don't see it because it's right in front of their faces, and I've not seen it. It's only been very, very recently that I'm seeing this stuff, and once you see it, you can't help but see it. It is everywhere, in all these ancient sites. And I'm just going to start with this, because anybody that gets into this, again, they've seen this, and this is apparently a manhole that were found, what's it say, 20,000 years. You can forget all that. We can't prove any of this, it's just interesting stuff. But yeah, this appears to be a manhole. Like I say, this could only be a few decades old, don't really know. But it's just showing you what can happen to things like, again, at Mother Shipton's cave, when you place things on side of a, like a limestone cave that's got running water, it will encase it or even turn it into limestone, right? Which is what I keep edging at, because all this stuff, most of it is built from lime concrete, but when it's really ancient, I'm talking about things like andesite, not so much granite. I'm not right sure, I just know what I'm looking at, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. This I've shown once before, and again this is critical because this is a river and you've got running water. A lot of this stuff in India, I think, are actually machine parts, similar to, again, what's happened at Mother Shipton's cave and that manhole cover. These are machine parts. Yeah, these look like they could have been plastic, like plastic mold. Ancient, yes, plastic will have been made in the past. And again, this here, this pleat is crucial, because this will have been whole at one point, right? And it ran all the way around, you can see that, but then it's been broken, but you can still see the imprint of where it was, but it's all turned to this material. This is one of those so-called OO parts. We can't prove it, but it's critical to what I'm going to show you. These, again, are machine parts, and that's the thing. All these sites, they were using so much metal, and that's a sign of an extremely advanced civilization. I mean, we're talking about using more metal than what we do today. It's everywhere. And what's it say? Aluminium wedge, right? This could actually be real, but it's these type of things, right? You see that bit there? That, yes? Remember that bit there? This is in Peru or Bolivia, and you've got that there. Do you see that? That's sticking up, and it's got a hole in it, because all this will have been a machine, a huge machine, right? And I'm thinking that all these walls have all been carved from this stuff, right? It might even be, much of it might be of the same type of material that you're able to maybe heat this up, because it was all once metal. You can heat it up and then form these blocks, but I'm not even sure about that. I just think that they've just been cutting them down, because I think all these knobbies are actually like rebar structures, like what I've been showing you. But that is the bottom of a machine, and there's a circle there, and that's why this civilization, which wasn't even the Inca, okay, have encased it and left it, because they knew what they were looking at. They weren't stupid. I'm going to show you this again. I've shown you this image once before, right? But only a few seconds. I didn't point out what I was trying to show you. This is in Egypt. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit on this one without it distorting for you. Right, that area there, you see that? It's exactly what I've just shown you, but it will be stone or almost fully stone. It's right there. I think all this is some machine. Every single piece here is machines turned to stone. When you go and inspect this image, I want you to look at everything that I'm pointing out. I mean, look at that. Look at that thing there. It looks like some big axle chassis. Yeah, got holes in it, pieces and connections, and it's just part of this wall. That there, that and that, just everywhere. Every single piece here is a machine. Okay, right, this is the most important image of the entire video. This is the top section of the Great Pyramid, right? And I'm saying, and I'm going to prove it, that this wasn't always a pyramid. I've tried edging at that, but he's pointing at this corner, and this is right in front of his face. And look at these bars here. You know, like an old prison cell, yeah? They're made from iron, and then they're bolted into position. Yeah, can you see these? I mean, they're still sticking out of the wall, for God's sake. Yes, it's right there, turned to stone. There's other things in this image. This is at the bottom of the Great Pyramid, which isn't the bottom. Everything's underground. The pyramid was only built on top of it, right on top of the pinnacle of this machine. Okay, what do you think this is? You know, what is this? And these holes here, because this will have been high-tech metal. This is a casing for some machine part, box, battery, whatever, and it's rusting away. That car thing, it's not a car, it's just a machine. It's similar to what I showed you outside in that picture when I was proving that it was a motorway road, a triple motorway, and I said that they look like cars all lined up. Might have been something similar to this. But all through this image you can see the imprint of technology. This is an old image, and this is showing you that this is not just the bottom, because these are machine parts that ran through the wall. You know, like in a warehouse, you've got a wall and machine parts run through to the next section. Yeah, but behind it it's just a wall. So there's obviously more to it. It's just filled in. But even down here they say this is the floor, and it's not the floor. I've proved that. This is built. These are machine parts. He stood behind that bit there and it ran through here. Look at that box on top of there, and little screw holes, yeah, turned to stone. This thing in Egypt is ridiculous. I'm not sure how it happens. I think maybe that this is the only, there's a lot of them. This is what used to be metal, yes, and it's been buried in some type of sediment, and it runs through. I mean, it's even leaving holes in this. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. Maybe a civilization knew what this was and they cut it out in sections and just left it where it was. But this is clearly different to this. And these are, like I've been saying, metal or lead or something, glass even, right? And these are plates. You can see how tiny that is. And they're bolted into position, yeah, and hammered down, right? And it's turning into stone. This next image is going to prove what I'm talking about. Looks like it's a bit dark. Just let me move it. I'll have to lift it up. Right. This here. Can you see how this is broken away and it's really tidy there, yeah, and it goes behind this build-up of lime here, and it's really tidy metal, yeah, and it's a ridge that comes out of the wall. Like I say, inspect the image on my Google page to confirm what I'm trying to show you here. I showed you this in an earlier video. This section here, I want you to have a look at that. I don't know if this is embedded in the wall or if it's kind of sticking out. Yeah, and that piece there, you know, there's stuff all in this image, but these are just the most obvious bits, yeah, and it's rusting away to nothing. This bit here, this is rust, right? This is a megalithic site, and he's looking in here, and this is some type of plate, yeah, which were bolted into position, right, and it could swing open, yeah, and it's just turned to stone. This is really this is like a close-up of one of the artifacts I showed you before, and this is hollow inside, yeah, you know, I mean, we're only looking at something that's about 2 or 3 inches thick, and then it's hollow inside, right? All this was metal. All the machinery on top has rusted away, right, and this stuff underneath has just been left longer, or it's the imprint of, but it's all of a similar, you know, stone. I'm not sure what this stone is, but you won't be able to quarry this. You won't find this in a quarry anywhere. It's obviously a machine. Look at the colour of it. Again, it's about 2 or 3 inches thick, and then it's hollow inside.